Hi, it's your local skate park shaman, and I'm kicking off with a new Storytime series where I'm just gonna be talking about random story times and whatnot. So I figured it would be fun talking about all of my tragic poop stories. I'm gonna have to try my best to do this without laughing. So the very first story is about the time that I sharted. So this happened on the day I arrived to surf camp. So, everything was going normal, I just remember I was unpacking my stuff and they fed me pizza and I was like going around exploring the place and settling in. And this was around the time when Vine was a thing. So, if you remember Vine, it's kind of similar to TikTok. But yeah, you're basically, filming short snippets. And when I was like, this happened when I was like 13. And so I was like pretty big on Vine. Me and my homies, we used to just make stupid videos on Vine. And anyway, so basically, I remember after dinner, I decided like I was gonna try to record one of my farts on Vine, and I was really prepared. And so I remember I took my phone and I got the Vine clip ready, and so I was just gonna be like, the plan basically was for me to be like, fart, and then I would record the fart, but that is not at all how things went. Suddenly, I felt a liquid run down my leg. And I knew, like, that fart was not just a fart. And it was silent, so it wasn't one of those, like, no, it was just like, the liquid ran down my leg and it just hit me, no warning. And looking back, I kind of wish I could have just had the clip of me and that look on my face and be like, oh yeah, I sharted. But I ended up deleting that Vine because I was like, oh damn, I can't record my fart now because there's no audible fart. And so, luckily, I was alone in the tent living area. So basically, in the surf camp, there was like an area with like a ping pong table and a couch. And so I was completely all by myself when this happened because everybody was outside at the dinner table and like I already ate and finished my pizza early. So, anyways, luckily, no one was there to witness this. So I just ran back to my tent where I had some of my stuff already unpacked. So basically, I just got like some soap and I got like a new pair of pants and underwear and whatnot. So I went to the bathroom shack because in this camp, it's basically like if you want to hit the restroom, there's like a shack you gotta walk to, and it has the bathroom and the toilet and the sink and whatnot. So I head to the bathroom shack, I go to the toilet, clean myself up, and I hand wash my pants and my underwear, and and I get to chatting with an old man because he's also there washing his clothes or his hands or whatnot, and I basically 13-year-old me, was just like, yeah, I sharted. I just remember, we were like talking about surfing, and he was just like telling me how it was like surfing's like a spiritual experience, and like he was like, yeah, you're gonna love it, and you know, ultimately, that story had like a fairly happy ending. There wasn't much else to it. I know that's like a little mundane, but that's just how I handled my shart. And obviously, it could have gone a lot worse, but there was a happy ending to this one. Okay, this next one happened when I was a kid, and it's definitely more exciting than the shart story. So basically, this is the story of the time I pooped in a barbecue grill. So this happened when I was like 6 or 7. So a little background. Back then, I lived in this apartment complex type neighborhood, and me and my friend and a bunch of other kids in the neighborhood. I just remember it was like mainly me and my friend doing this. Like we would take old furniture out of the garbage dumpsters and we would put it in our areas where there are like multiple areas we did this in, like whether it be like the creek or the woods. We would basically just take stuff out of the garbage and take the furniture and move it there. Basically, we trapped out that area and made it our clubhouse. So one day, me and my friend, we were trapping out the creek, and I had to poop like really badly. So I told my friend, I'm like, I have. So I tell my friend, I have to poop. So I tell my friend, I have to poop. And she's like, here, poop here. And so there's like this old barbecue grill. I'm gonna insert a photo of how it looks like, so you know how it looks like. So it was kind of, when I sat on it, kind of like felt kind of like a toilet. So the barbecue grill, the way, basically, my friend, like, I remember she had this foam tray, and the way this barbecue grill was set up, there was a hole at the bottom, and so my friend put a foam tray below because she thought my poop was gonna go through the hole and onto the foam tray. Anyways, so the plan was for me to use the barbecue grill. I got ready, I sat down on the barbecue grill like it was a toilet, and I'm ready to take a dump. But before I could even take a dump, I fall into the water with my pants off, and my friend has to help me back up, and things are already going wrong. And so I got back up, and I take a dump in that barbecue grill. And now here's our next challenge. The poop did not go through that hole and onto the foam tray, so me and my friend, we had to like poke the turd with a stick to get it to go down onto the foam tray. And so that's what we did. And I'm pretty sure I wiped with a leaf that day, and that was that. Alright, so this is like the last story, and this also happened when I was a kid, so I'm pretty sure I was like 8 years old when this happened. And so at the time, we were living in that apartment, and it had 2 bathrooms. So the downstairs bathroom at the time was out of order, and so I couldn't use it. And the upstairs bathroom was like the only bathroom that was usable. So one day, my brother, I don't know, he was like mad, or like he got mad and like had an argument with my mom or something. It was like petty shit, like we were kids. So he locked himself in the upstairs bathroom, the one that everyone is using. And I remember I really had to take a dump, so I ended up getting creative. So I went and got some toilet paper from the downstairs bathroom, went back upstairs to mine and my brother's room at that time, and I remember there was like this bucket thing, plant pot, this bucket plant pot thing. So I just took a dump. I just took a dump in it, and then like I dumped the poop into the trash can, and you know, that was that. And then so I remember my mom walked, like after I got done, like my mom like walked into the room, and she was like, "Ooh, what's that smell?" And I didn't want to tell her that like I pooped into the trash can or whatever, because I was scared of getting in trouble, so I ended up just telling her, "Oh no, it's just the garbage," and she believed me, and that was that. So yeah, that was that. Anyways, those are all my major tragic poop stories. I'm sorry they aren't as exciting as some of the other ones I heard from my homies, so I'll probably make more story times about a bunch of other random stuff. In the meantime, like, subscribe, dislike, leave a hate comment, make 2 more accounts just so you can like and subscribe again, and don't forget to flush the toilet.